Hello everyone. Today I'm going to present the paper Time Series Classification with Meta Learning. The motivation behind this research was, as we know, uh, traditional machine learning algorithms need huge data set to train any model. For example, if we talk about the image classification with neural network, it needed hundred and thousands of examples to train. And models are generally trained from scratch using random initialization. So we randomly initialize the hyperparameters and parameters of the model. So there are the scenario when we have in the research problem, we have the data limitation and computational bottleneck. So could we do something like, for example, if we train a robot to walk on the flat surface, and we want to make that same model to learn to walk on the inclined surface. So could we use the knowledge from this past experience training from the flat surface and use this uh, previous knowledge to train our model from there to walk on the inclined surface? So meta learning is the one way of doing this thing. So the meta learning has the ability of learning to learn. So, and this solves all the issues where we have a data limitation and computation bottleneck. So although meta learning has been applied in a variety of learning environment, including reinforcement, regression, and classification tasks, but yet to be explored with time series domain. As we know, there are additional challenges in the time series domain. For example, seasonal changes in data, dynamic range of features values in the data, and the most of the data are timely dependent, so we don't have the data for longer run. So we aim to understand that the meta learning approach are still effective in this type of scenario in in time series domain. So we have presented the performance of an meta learning algorithm on the time series data set, and in the rest of the session will be was the introduction, where we will talk about where we will first define the problem statement time series classification and how we are going to solve this use this meta learning approach for the time series domain. Then second is we talk about the parameter optimization, where will be how we will see how we are going to optimize the hyperparameters of the model when we try to learn the model. And third is that then we will see after that how what architecture we have used and what are the different settings we have tried for. And in the end we will conclude with the results which we get from applying the algorithm and observation which we have. So machine learning has been studied in three significant categories: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Beside all these advances in supervised and reinforcement learning, learning real life tasks, learning from few examples is still regarded as a challenging problem. Although these are the class of problems that have came to highlight in recent years, however, they have already known since early 70s. So meta learning, so in the context of computer science, meta learning can be defined as simple as knowledge adaptability. So it can be as simple as learning to identify previously seen objects with fewer examples or with fewer demonstration. For example, as we know, human and animal adapt to any environment much faster and more efficiently. Whenever they try to learn any new skill or concept, they hardly start from the scratch. They start from the skills learned in the past, in the whatever the experience they have, based on the knowledge where they or what they already have that work well for them. So they use the previously past knowledge. So, for example, a person who can speak one language can learn to speak other language quickly. Similarly, a person who know how to ride a bike can ride a motorbike with little practice. So they simply learn how to learn across different tasks which we have. And the second thing is that many researchers and a lot of debate is going on that machine learning system has surpasses in the human in many tasks. For example, image classification, with the success of deep neural networks, image classification, object recognition have gained a lot of research attention. So, but when we see that AI system, it still require a lot of training examples, and models are trained from scratch. So it is not entirely fair for an AI algorithm to compare with the human, as human have prior knowledge and experience stored in their brain and DNA. So the question is that it is possible to imbue an AI model with similar properties as human. The ability to learn from experience and knowledge, to learn new concepts and skills with fewer example, So much of the research work has been proposed over the few years, and the earlier work addressed the problem of meta learning as few shot learning, one shot learning, and k shot learning. A classic example could be given as face recognition or face verification system in an organization. Suppose they have a suppose an organization have a database which whenever a new person try to enter in the organization, they use the face verification system to that match with the database as a security reason. So suppose a new individual is hired in the organization. So how the system will verify this new individual face? Either they take the few data set of that new individual hire and add it to the database and retrain the model again. But it will take a lot of resources and time. So here the meta learning savers. So it give a way to you just take the 2-3 image of the new individual and make our learn from the previously past thing and include in the database. So this is the classical scenario of using the few shot learning or meta learning. So meta learning approach has been classified into 3 approaches: metric based, model based, and optimization based. So in metric based, what they do, the idea is to learn the embedding vector of input data and use them to learn the best tunnel function. An example of this type of network is convolutional semis neural network, which is proposed in 2016. Similarly, in the model-based network approach, what they do is they use an external memory to store the information of the past training examples and uh, data. And whenever they see a new task with the same domain, they use this as external memory to learn from that previous experience. And the third and most used approach is optimization based approach, where the idea is to learn a way to adjust the optimization parameter of the algorithm so that the model converges within a smaller number of optimization steps and with a fewer example. So algorithm which is proposed in 2017, which is named as a MAML, a model agnostic algorithm for a meta learning, and where they look at the learning process as maximizing the sensitivity of the loss function of a new task with respect to the model parameter, such that small changes in the parameter will produce a significant improvement on the loss function. So if you see the diagram, suppose there are the 3 tasks, L1, L2, and T1, T2, T3. And these are corresponding loss function, L1, L2, and they are corresponding loss function. So what they initialize all the in all the 3 tasks with the same parameter theta. Now they train the algorithm on their respective data set, even a small theta1 star, theta2 star, and theta3, these are the uh, parameter convergence of on that particular task. So they generalize well using this. They generalize very well. So any improvement with this theta lead to his improvement in the loss function. Though the model converges with smaller number of gradient spread with fewer sample of a task and give good generalization performance on the task. Next. So in this paper, we have focused on optimization approach of meta learning for time series classification. And we have used a more better algorithm, which is called Reptile, which combined with a basic baseline architecture of convolutional neural network, where the convolutional neural network act as a feature extractor for our classification model. And for the evaluation purpose, we have compared the loss function curve of algorithm, showing that the meta learning approaches favor the time series tasks over non-meta learning algorithms, resulting in faster convergence and a small sample of tasks with fewer iteration. So time series dataset is just a measurement of statistical data taken at several discrete time in chronological order. So next. So formally, time series classification problem can be defined as follows. For a given set of class Y, a training data set T is a collection of pair of Xi and Yi, where Xi is a multivariate time series data set with Yi as its their corresponding label. So the goal is to learn a classifier on a data set T which when fed with unseries time series data, the classifier is expected to predict its class label correctly. So we wanted to find a model such that fxj is equal to yj and yj is subset of y. So we want to bring the class label correctly. So how meta learning is applied here? So the so in with the perspective of meta learning, so meta learning can be expressed as problem optimizing this objective function f theta, and which is defined across distribution of class. So uh, the idea is next slide. Yeah. So the idea is that suppose we have a the algorithm update. So we have used the Rectile algorithm, which works by repeatedly sampling a task and training on that task using the multiple gradient descent and setting the model parameters to the new to the unseen task. For example, if you see the figure, next slide. Suppose we have a training task M and we want to train this model. So what we did, we take a general parameter theta. Now we will train on the, we train this using this parameter theta, we initialize the hyperparameters what corresponding to that training data set M. It will converge after some training step to theta M. So what we did, so using this training step, using this training on this training data set M, we find that we take the average of that theta to the for the next unseen task. So using the equation second, you see that we are taking the average over the new task. So our model parameter is more learn this training example and we separate the theta according to that to new approach. Next slide. So so the architecture is so we have used the fully convolutional neural network because this could be because using this you are trying to find the feature for our time series classification. So that architecture is built by stacking two convolutional block. The final extracted features from the convolutional block are fed to the global average pooling, and which helps in reducing the number of weights in the model and preventing the risk of overfitting. Similarly, batch normalization has been performed after each layer of convolutional layer, helping the network to converge quickly and improve generalization. Next slide. So fully convolutional network help us to extract these features. Next. So lot of pre-processing has been done in terms of generating the task. For example, we have a data set which has 10 classes. So what we did, we first split the data in training and test set. So suppose 5 classes in training and 5 classes in test data set. Now what we did, yeah. So now what we did, we try to make the multi-class classification to a binary classification. So for each randomly selected task, we have taken 2 classes and their corresponding instances in the data, and we train this to the neural network to get the variation across the different tasks. We sometimes we hide some of the features. For example, if we have ABC as a feature, we hide the B column channel using padding with 0. Similarly, we also try to shuffle the features between suppose we have a class with A, B, and C as a feature. We sometimes use as A, C, B as a feature. So this way we have a distribution of lot of tasks with the same domain. And the code is implemented in TensorFlow and Python. So we have demonstrated a data, our experiment 5 time series data set, in which we have taken from different number of attributes. For example, if we say in the number of attributes column from 2, 3, 3, 3. So these are the number of channels you could say. So we have taken from 2 to 20. So there are different variation in this. We have also variation in the length. For example, we have in some time series has 8 length, or in some side it has 300. And the number of classes in data set 10, 8, 20, and 15. So this was the data set which we have taken from the UCR archive. Next. To evaluate our model, so we first train the meta learning algorithm on the task generated from the training data set. After we get the optimal parameter from the training, we train two models on the task trained on the from the test data set. The first model with parameter initialized, which we get from the meta learning one, and the other model with randomly initialized parameter. Then we compare the loss function curve of this model by training. And here we calculated the total cross entropy to measure the performance of a classification on task. So as we see, the orange line is the algorithm model trained using the meta learning one, and the blue line is on the model trained with non-meta learning. So the objective is that the meta learning algorithm should converges with converges faster as compared to the non-meta learning counterpart. So in the data set which we see, so these are the number of epoch in the x-axis, and in the y-axis we have the total cross entropy, which we train during the task generated from the test data set. So here we see this all this in peak data and other example. Could you switch to next slide? Our algorithm converges more faster than the non-meta learning counterpart. So we observe that the our meta learning model converges more quickly with fewer number of epoch than the model which are trained from scratch on every data set. The experiment confirmed that there is a significant difference between the model which are trained from the optimal parameter relation than the random initializations. And our model, I think, when we see our model work well for when we have a large number of attributes and larger time series data, as there are more number of uh, tasks to which we could learn from. So that's the reason we think these are performing better. So uh, next slide. So we conclude that the reusing knowledge from the past tasks and combining with deep neural network give better results. And our proposed method give using superiority over non-meta learning counterpart. So the test suggests that using the algorithm with time series could be quite effective in time series domains too. So that's all.